Good morning. Today is Wednesday, December 9th, 2020, and our I Can for today says, I can identify 5 types of angles. All right, so angles we know are the openings. They look like the hungry alligator mouth, right? And they have 3 points. So we're going to start with a point right here where these lines meet. And I'm going to skip down 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to make another point. And then I'm going to come over on this blue line and I'm going to make my 3rd point. And we're going to call this A, B, C. Now I'm going to get my handy dandy book straight edge. And I'm going to trace from B past C with an arrowhead. What did I just make? A ray. Good job. And I'm going to start at B and I'm going to trace straight up the red line past A. What did I just make? Another ray. And now I have an angle. Angle A, B, C, A, B, C, or we could call it angle CBA. This is called a right angle. And a right angle means it makes this perfect L in the corner. It measures exactly 90 degrees. It looks like a square's corner, right? So a right angle measures 90 degrees exactly. We see right angles everywhere. You can see them on the edge of your computer screen. You can see them on the edge of the video for this video. You could see them on the keys on your keyboard. Right angles are everywhere. So right angles make that perfect L. It doesn't matter if it's this way or that way, it's always called a right angle. There are no such things as left angles. Okay, so this is one type of angle. That's our first type, the right angle. Here's our next angle. I'm going to make a point. I'm going to skip one line and make a point. We'll call that E. I'm going to come all the way over here. I'm going to call this F. And then I'm going to go way over here and call this G. I'm going to use my straight edge. F is going to be my vertex. And I'm going to trace a ray from the vertex. And then I'm going to trace another ray going through the other point. And that made another angle. Now this one's smaller than the last angle, isn't it? Yeah. This is called angle EFG. Or we could call it angle GFE. I'm sure that you noticed the vertex stays right in the middle. The vertex both times here was F. The vertex both times up here was B. It's the point that's right in the middle. Well, this tiny, tiny little angle has a different name. It's not called a right angle. It's called an acute angle because it's so cute. It's called acute angle. And an acute angle has to be smaller than 90 degrees. A right angle measures exactly 90. It makes that perfect L. A cute little angle measures less than 90 degrees. So it could be 89, 88, 87, all the way to 1 degree. It could be the teeniest little angle you could make. This would be an acute angle. Think about a cute little baby. It's a cute little angle. Sometimes people put the arc in here. This is an arc to show which angle they're measuring. So this little line, the curved line, it looks like an arc. They call this an arc to show which angle they're measuring. All right, I think we're ready for angle number 3. So I've got A, B, C, E, F, G. Let's do H, I, J. I'm going to skip about 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to put H and I on the same blue line. And then I'm going to put J over here. Now, depending how I connected these would depend the kind of angle I'm going to make. We're going to use I as the vertex. So I want you to start on I and trace towards the H. Put your arrowhead on. And then I'm going to start at the I and I'm going to trace towards the J. And don't forget your arrowhead. This arc in the middle shows me how big my angle opening is. Look at the arc. What's the name of this angle? I could call this angle HIJ. Remember, they have to go in order. Or I could call it angle JIH. Either way, I is the vertex because it's the one that's right in the middle. And this is called an obtuse angle. An obtuse angle is a big angle. Obtuse sometimes reminds me of the word obese. Sometimes they talk about on the news childhood obesity. It means that some people, or even adult obesity, obtuse, obese. Sometimes people have problems with their bodies and their blood, and they don't break down food properly, and people become obese. Obese means they're very big, and sometimes you'll see them on the news, and people have to help them move around their house. They're very large, their body can't support them. Obese, obtuse. It's a big angle. Obtuse angles measure more than 90 degrees. If the number's bigger than 90, it's obtuse. But it has to be less than 180. We'll get to that in just a second. So this one has two rules. It has to be bigger than 90, but it has to be smaller than 180. So anything bigger than this perfect L would get you an obtuse angle. All right, that's an obtuse angle. Next, I'm going to go to the next line and I'm going to put 3 dot points in a row. And I'm going to use my straight edge to connect them, making sure I overlap going in both directions. I go past the point so I can put my arrowheads. What does that look like to you? I'm going to label it K, L, and M. This is another angle. What does it look like? It looks like a line to me. It looks like a straight line, doesn't it? It's an angle because there are 3 points, and they call this a straight angle. It's our 4th type of angle, a straight angle. And a straight angle measures exactly 180 degrees. That's a full straight line. So let's pretend you were my eraser driving down the street in your car. You're driving down the street, and then you realize, oh no, you forgot your lunch. So you turn around and you go back home. Driving down the street. You just did a 180. If you play games or you play on your skateboard, you might be able to jump a 180 on your skateboard. Okay, this is a straight angle. It looks like a straight line. Lastly, this is not one that we really use in 4th grade, but we'll tell you because you're smart 4th graders. I'm going to put 2 points on the same line. And I'm going to put 1 point below the line. And I'm going to use my straight edge. Let me see if I can slide it up some more. There we go. I'm going to use my straight edge to connect these points. And this one in the middle is going to be my vertex. So I'm going to go this way and extend past. And I'm going to go this way and extend past. This is called a reflex angle. For any of our friends who are cheerleaders or gymnasts or dancers or ice skaters, a reflex angle is something you would practice to improve your flexibility. You want to be able to do a split, but this one actually does it so that your split is bigger than a split. And the angle, if I were to put the arc in here, where's my arc there? This arc goes all the way around there. It's bigger than a 180, isn't it? Because if it was a 180, it would stop right here and make a straight line. But this angle is actually open bigger than that. And so they call this a reflex angle. And a reflex angle measures more than 180. So if your number's bigger than 180, you have a reflex angle. And those are our notes. Time to practice using the different types of lines. Have a good job. Do a good job. We'll see you tomorrow.